Hello everyone, this is Tanya from Professor Tanya Speaks, and today we're going to be talking about topic choice for your oral presentation assignment. Now, I've been teaching public speaking for the last 20 plus years, and the most difficult part of the speech is finding the right topic. And the truth is that the topic determines the grade. I cannot emphasize it enough. I did a video where I spoke about differentiating between the A, the B, and the C speech. If you choose the wrong topic, then no matter how well structured it is, it will never be an A if the topic is not novel, new, personal, interesting. So if you want an A or a B, then you have to care about your topic choice. Now, one of the mistakes I see, and that I see every semester, is when students choose a topic because they say, well, I like it. No, that's not gonna work. Or it's easy for me because I found information on the internet. No. Or they choose a topic based on something that they do at work, which is only specific to the people who work in their organization. Once again, that's a no, because you need to choose a topic that is personal, yet universal, and it has to be novel. In other words, you have to make sure that the information will add value to people's lives, whether it's in their health or in their wealth or in their relationship, but it has to add value. And as they listen to you, their brain needs to be ignited and sparked. So if we can sit and listen to your speech and feel bored, and if we can start to text because it's not interesting, that's not the right topic. Now, students often say, so what is the right topic? And the truth is that any topic that is personal and will help other people's lives is a good topic. So stay away from trying to do topics which are already on the internet, like how to succeed in a job interview. Every communication textbook will tell you that. Or how to be a good intercultural communication specialist. No. How to embrace diversity in the workplace. No. How to deal with stress. No. Those topics don't work because a quick Google search can give you that information. So what do? Well, we look at our lives and we recognize that we have had experiences in our lives. And based on those experiences, we create a speech around those experiences. Even if the theme isn't brand new, but it is going to be novel because it's your experience. It's not somebody else's experience. So years ago, I had a student who did her speech on grit. And I spoke about it in this video where I demonstrated what she did. She started out by giving us a textbook definition of grit, and I stopped her because it was my third time teaching her. And when I taught her the second time, she had a little bit of a challenge, and she came to me and she said, I'm going to withdraw and drop your class. And I said to her, no, you're not. Because I know you're an international student. I know how much this course has cost you. And I said to her, tell me what's happening and let me see if I can work with you. When she told me what was happening, I said to her, how about if I give you 2 weeks to sort out some of the issues that were happening back home in the Philippines, things which were causing her stress, and she didn't feel she could cope. I said, take 2 weeks. Forget about the assignments for a while. Take the 2 weeks, sort them out, then come back in 2 weeks and I'll work with you and we'll make it to the finish line together. And she did that. So I knew that she knew grit, because she had to have had grit to have dealt with her life issues and then continued with the course, because she was behind. She was way behind and she still ended up with an A-. So I knew that she knew grit. And so when I stopped her, she turned her speech around and she started out by saying, when I was 16, I was living in the Philippines. I grew up in a strict Catholic home. But at 16, I found myself pregnant with no friends and no father to support the child. When she started speaking, the entire class stopped texting and talking and being distracted, and everybody leaned in. No, grit is not new, but her experience with grit was new. And so I want to encourage you to look at your life, because your best speeches are going to come from your personal experiences. Look at the different things that have happened in your life which have taught you various lessons. Maybe like me, one day you were in a line waiting for the cashier and you were annoyed because she was taking long. But when you went to her and she told you that it was her first day on the job, you felt bad and you learned about gratitude. Or you learned about how easy it is for us to judge without knowing the facts. So find something that has happened to you, something that you learned a lesson from, and talk about that. Now in this video, I spoke about my son's friend's father who went skiing in West Vancouver and he died because he stepped on a cornice and he and his 4 friends died. Now, it was not my experience, but it taught me a lot. And it taught me lessons like why we need to always tell loved ones that we love them. It taught me about the guilt that sometimes someone can feel when they don't die, when their friends die. It taught me about the resilience that you need when family members die and you don't want to fall apart. It taught me many lessons, and that's what you're going to do. Look at the different experiences that you have had that have impacted you somehow, some way, and create your speech around that. That is what makes it original. That's what makes it interesting. That's what makes people lean in and listen, because it's your story. In this video, I tell you about the time when I called to wish my father happy birthday and my mother answered. I didn't have time to talk to her because I had a 15-minute phone card. This was long ago when we never had WhatsApp and stuff like that. It turned out to be my regret. She had a stroke 3 days after, and then she died 2 days after. And I lived with the regret of not having had enough time for her. Once again, original, but universal, because many of us don't take the time to tell each other that we love them. And sometimes we're too busy to make the time to talk to family and friends. So find your experiences. Find experiences that are personal yet universal, and then create your speech based on that. If you choose to do things like stress and anything that we can easily Google, that is going to give you maybe a C. You will never get an A from a topic that's not novel or interesting. So, before I go, remember, make sure your topic is personal, novel, and universal, and make sure it adds value by teaching people something, by showing them something, by entertaining, but make sure it adds value. If it adds value and it's novel, more than likely you will get an A. If it's also well structured, and if you follow this video where I teach you how to structure your speech, if you do all of that, you'll be happy with your grade. So until I see you in the next video, make sure it's personal, make sure it's novel, make sure it's universal, and I talk to you soon. Bye for now.